Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Davin James. Glad to be here with all of you guys here today. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're having a fantastic week so far. If you guys don't mind, please remember to like, subscribe and comment. Helps a bunch and it really shows your support. But with that being said, let's get on with today's episode, shall we? Anybody here who's either in a relationship right now, or is married, or is currently set to be married, I'm very curious to know your thoughts on this topic. Because to me, like in terms of the wife in the story, I'm very confused as to her issues with this whole scenario. So I'm very curious to know what you guys think. So basically the story goes that a wife has threatened to protest outside a brothel after discovering that her husband had visited there as a customer. But not only did he visit, no. He went on a 7-hour long sex bender, reportedly paying for multiple sex workers and a number of extras. Jesus Christ. I mean, if you've got the cash, fine, sure, if that's really what you want to do with your money. The whole escapade is said to have ended up costing a whopping 6,000 Australian dollars. It emerged that the man had apparently paid for the first hour with 2 sex workers at his establishment in Gold Coast, Australia in cash, because he did not want his wife to find out. I understand that, but at the same time, why are you going to brothels to have sex with sex workers when you got a wife at home? Like, can you just have sex with her? Like, sorry honey, look, I love you, you know, I cherish you and all that kind of stuff, but the sex, it just isn't working out for me. You're not filling my needs. So I'm going to go to a brothel. Obviously he doesn't tell her this, but he's going to go to a brothel and he's going to get his kinks somewhere else, I guess you could say. I mean, the whole cover-up just isn't worth it. Like, if you don't want your wife to find out, don't do it. Plain and simple. He's obviously in a planet of his own, and he has his own needs that he needs to figure out what works for him, I guess. But it turned out that 1 hour was not enough, and the customer reportedly attempted a bank transfer to stay on at the establishment. However, when that was just pending, he gave in and used a credit card instead. The romp apparently continued on for a total of 7 hours, until the 2 employees finally said that they were too tired to go on. Like, look, it's been several hours, we need a break, we need a coffee, we need some food to re-energize, like, we need to give us a rest. 7 hours is too long, like, enough is enough. Management explained that most people who visit the brothel only stay for half an hour, which is the standard service apparently. Needless to say, when the man's wife discovered his 4,000 sex capade, she was not impressed, and she marched her husband back to the Pentagon Grand Brothel, where she claimed he had been drunk and on drugs and had no memory of the incident. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier, in terms of the wife's issue with this situation. This is what I was talking about earlier, in terms of this wife's priorities. This is why I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Like, she seems to be more upset at the fact that he's spending money on sex workers than anything else. Like, is she not upset about the fact that he's basically cheating on her with prostitutes or sex workers? Like, are you not upset at the fact that this guy is spending time, instead of being with you, he's rather spending his time with sex workers and get his kinks off over there, instead of being at home with his wife? Like, that would be more of an issue if I was the wife. But obviously I can't put myself in her perspective. Like, yeah, I don't like the fact that he's spending, like, if I was her, I wouldn't like the fact that he's spending money, like, where he shouldn't be spending money at all. Absolutely not. But at the same time, this guy is clearly not loyal, and he's clearly not faithful to his wife. So why the hell is she, like, trying to stick up for the guy or whatever? Like, I get you're married and, you know, you're trying to do the best you can. But at the same time, it's like, this guy is clearly not the guy I thought he was. And he's clearly not the person meant for me, because he's spending his time at a sex brothel instead of spending it with me. Like, that would be more of an issue for me. Either of these people, so I can't really go into what the hell's going on in their minds. I could just read the story and think, you guys are a bunch of idiots. Like, he's an idiot for going to a brothel, and getting his kinks off somewhere else. And you're an idiot for just being mad about the fact that he's spending $4,000 at a sex brothel. The management at the Pentagon grant produced CCTV footage which showed the man negotiating a good deal for his visit, something they claim he would not have been able to do if he had been under the influence, which is very true. And the wife decided to threaten to protest outside, which is weird because, like, again, priorities. Where the hell are your actual priorities right now? The manager, Suzanne Pfeiffer, said, "We've told her she's welcome to peacefully protest on public property, but if we have any concerns for safety, we would have to call the police." She continued, the manager that is, "My concern is that male clients walking in will not appreciate this, and verbal altercation can quickly escalate. We have advised her to call the police if she believes her husband has been ripped off, because she won't listen to us." The manager went on to suggest that rather than talking it up with the sex workers at the brothel, who were just doing their job, she should take the matter up with her husband. Completely agree. The husband chose to go there on his own accord. He's the issue right now, not the sex workers. They're just doing their job. You know, they're not to blame for this. They're just earning a paycheck. He's the idiot in this situation. And so is his wife for the most part as well, but it is what it is. So the manager, Pfeiffer, said, "This is not our problem. We are a legal business, and this was a legitimate service with a legitimate charge." She added, "He knew what he was doing. He just got caught. If the woman is mad about the $6,000, take it up with her husband, not us. It's not fair that we are the ones getting harassed. Go bother him about it. It's like blaming the casino for your husband gambling. We don't control his actions." While carrying out sex work on the street is illegal in Australia, brothels are legal to operate in certain states. In Queensland, the establishment must obtain a license from local government. Another way that I see the story, and maybe I should have pointed this out at the beginning of the episode, that maybe the wife is in fact aware that he's going to brothels. Like, she believes secretly that he is going to brothels, but at the same time she's so madly in love with the guy, she's trying to like deny that feeling at the same time, if that makes sense. Where she's trying to make up excuses for this guy, like, no, he was drunk, he was on drugs, he could have possibly have done this on his own accord, something must have happened to him. But then of course the brothel management, or whatever you want to call him, were like, no, here's CCTV footage, he clearly decided to come here on his own accord, he negotiated a deal on his own accord, and he was very successful in doing so. If he was under the influence of any sorts, like drugs or alcohol, he would not be able to do so. He wouldn't be in his right mind to do that. He did decide to go to a brothel, and the rest is history. You can accept it, you can deny it, that's your own perspective. It's true, and how you do with it is up to you. Like, that's how I personally see the situation. You know, it happens all the time when it comes to marriage or relationships. The person who's madly in love with the individual doing the wrong is usually the person who overlooks everything that's going wrong because they're so in love with the person that they try and protect them at all costs and try to keep the good instead of acknowledging the bad in terms of their relationship and in terms of the person, if that makes sense. So I think that's what's going on in this story right here. I could be wrong, that's just my own feelings on the subject. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Until next time, take care, stay safe, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.